Hey, shalom friends, here we go. Sunday evening, and now we are walking Yom Rishon. If you want to learn a bit of Ivrit, of Hebrew, Yom Rishon is the first day of the week. So, but in the Bible is written Yom Echad. Because all the names of the week is said like day 1, day 2, day 3, is what we say in Israel, like in the Bible, like at the beginning. So is Yom Rishon. Okay, so sorry, we start again. So in the Torah is written Yom Echad for the first day and not Yom Rishon. And why is it like that? I really wonder, and now I know why. Is because the first day there was only God, and God is Echad, okay? So is Yom Echad, but now every day we say Yom Rishon, the first day, which is the first day after Shabbat, and after is Yom Sheni, Yom Shlishi, Yom Havi'i, etc., etc. So it's just numbers, okay? So today is Yom Rishon. I was telling you, I was reading this book about the temple, and it's very amazing because it shows the importance of the temple. And with Martin, when we came here, I want to tell you. So the name Shamaim is heaven, okay, and Shamaim, Sham means here, and Maim is water. And again, I've learned that not a long time ago, when you look at Ma'im, water is also the Torah, because Torah is refreshing our soul. Torah is what is in heaven too, the eternal Torah. So Sham, Ma'im means in heaven, and there is Ma'im, and there is the Torah. And I thought, wow, this is very cool. And so when we arrived here with Martin, in 2009, both of us were like, wow, the clouds are close to us compared to in England. In England, we feel like the clouds very far away, like you are not connected to it. But here, and I'm going to turn it the other way so you can see the clouds here. And when we arrived here with Martin, we felt like we can almost reach, we put our hands up and we can almost reach Shamaim, the heavens. And we didn't say anything to each other, and we both had the same thoughts. And I thought it was very cool. And learning again today about the importance of the temple, etc., etc., in the book that I'm reading. When I look in the sky, is like that is not empty. Is like there is Yerushalayim. We spoke already about that a few times. The Jerusalem from above and the Jerusalem from below. And on the Temple Mount is where it's connected. And when you get spiritually sensitive, you can feel that. And so all the blessing who are in heaven is flowing onto the earth. And so when the temple was there, and is what I'm learning, when the temple was there was a flow of blessing very strong because it was going via the temple, okay? And so when the temple is not there, that's it, is missing. So it's because of that the temple is very important. And if you read in Ezekiel, I was reading a few weeks ago Ezekiel again, and you have this passage at the end where they speak about the last temple, the future temple or the third temple, and Ezekiel is saying, look at all the dimension. And so in this book that I'm reading, they speak about all these things. They're speaking about the light from heaven who are coming down, and they are going from the Holy of Holies, and they go to the inner sanctuary, and after they go to the outer sanctuary. And I heard that also before, and I totally understand. It's like, you have the tree of life, and like the roots are connected to the branches. The branches are connected to the roots. And like with the temple again, is the same. You have, it's like a tree. And like the roots are in heaven and the branches are going down on the earth. And it's all connected. Anyway, there's a lot in this book who really explain. Because you see, when I know as Christian we had some understanding that we are the temple of God. Like He reside, we are made in His image, and He reside in us. And the Jewish people think that too, funny enough, it's not a Christian notion. This is a Jewish notion because they say that too. But there is also the temple, okay? And when you read in Ezekiel, that's it, because a lot of people say that with Jesus' sacrifice, there is no more need of sacrifices for our sin, etc., etc., okay? But like when the temple and the sacrifices was not all at all for the sin of the people. It was for, and it's like too long to explain to you now, but it's to bring a wholeness in the world and also in the spiritual world. So we still need it because it's bringing order and it's bringing the light from heaven onto earth. And if you read, when I was reading again Ezekiel, because I didn't read this passage for a long time, and I was reading it, being in Israel now, it's like I could see, it's like things are getting much more concrete. Yeah, you don't read it as a spiritual thing. Obviously, there is a spiritual aspect, but it's also very concrete. And so I was reading it like, okay, they are going, we can see it, rebuilding, and they are giving the measurement. And after they give the sacrifices, you see, so they will have still sacrifices in the third temple. Then you have to understand the third temple will be in the millennium, okay? When Messiah come again, depending on if you are Jewish or Christian, he will rule from Jerusalem, and you will see they will have sacrifices. And why? It's because he's bringing all the substance from above and flowing onto the earth, okay? So you read in Ezekiel and you see all the sacrifices, and I was like, wow, okay, so they will have sacrifices, because very often we say, no, they will have no more sacrifices. But Ezekiel say, in the future temple, they will have that. Now, we speak about the millennium, as I said, okay? Because after the millennium, it will be like the millennium in the 7,000, okay, in the biblical time. But when they will have a new earth and a new heaven, it will be the 8th millennium, which will be different. Okay, so right now we're just speaking about the millennium, which we are really entering it. I think I've said already, Martin was telling me he read somewhere where they were saying before Corona and after Corona. Okay, before BC and after Corona AC. And I really think, and not only me, I heard also people here in Israel, more and more people start to see that a new era has started. And the Corona is part of that. It's like triggering a new time. And so let us go back into the Bible and let us go back into the prophets, because they are saying a lot of things. And I'm right now reading Isaiah, And it's amazing because Isaiah is speaking all the time. And in that day, Hayom Ahu, all the time, in that day. And I'm like, wow, what will be in that day? But I think it's like in this new era. And it's like we are coming into this new era and a lot of things are happening. You saw what happened in Beirut. You know what's happening in Syria, you know, and in Jordan is not so good either. And you can see that all the people who are against God and against his people, they are in trouble because they are acting against God, and God now himself is saying this is enough. I really think with this corona is that God is saying now, it's me who was taking my hands on the driving, okay? I am driving now. You've been driving for a while, but now we're coming into a very important time, and I'm driving. And I really think that the world is driven by God right now. And we don't need to be afraid, and we need to look to him, and we need to be at peace, and we need to learn. There is a lot of things to learn. And you see, I've told you again, like speaking about the temple is totally depending also of the Aleph Bet, of the Hebrew alphabet. Very interesting. And we said this is very important to now learn slowly. We don't need to but we need to learn about the Hebrew language because it's totally connected with what God is doing. It's his language, and the other language exists and is fine, but there is something special about the Hebrew language, and we need to be aware of that. So I think this is my little thoughts again for today. But let us carry on learning. You know, there is so much to learn, and we need to grow up. We need to see how God sees the things. We need to read the prophets. We need to read the Torah. We need to be in the Word, because the Word is, there are all the keys there. And learn slowly the Hebrew language is so important. Because again, when you read it in Hebrew, I read it in Hebrew and in English, painfully, but I do one chapter every day. And I can see things in Hebrew that you can't see in another language, because it carries something divine, and it goes straight into your spirit. So, by the way, if people want to, I just wrote a book a while ago about the beauty of the Hebrew language. And if you want it, you go on our website, israelfirst.org, and you can order it via PayPal, or you can send me a little email, very simple, Natalie Blackham, my name that I have in Facebook, Natalie Blackham @gmail.com. And you can write to me. And people were thinking, oh, I want to learn. Okay, it's time to learn. Take the time. And it will be a pleasure for you, You will learn. And that's it. We've done also some YouTube with some Americans. They wanted to know about the Hebrew language, and we've done 4 hours of about the book. Maybe I can put it again on my Facebook, and you can see it. And just introduction of the beauty of the Hebrew language. And when you discover that, oh my gosh, it's like a new universe, and it makes us growing. We need to mature as believers in God. We love Him, and we need to grow up. So from me and from Martin, who is there, and from Shamayim, from Yerushalayim, not far, you see the clouds not so far from us, we say Shalom Shalom, and we send you a lot of blessing from Zion, which is, we say Brachot Metzion. Okay, see you friends, see you soon, bye.